This is funny.
During this pandemic, governments have been exercising extraordinary powers to try to contain the virus. Some of the orders issued under emergency measures and public health laws seem almost anti-democratic in the way they suspend certain rights and impose penalties on those who do not comply. And now, New Brunswick's minority PC government is seeking to expand on those powers. Here to discuss that, among other issues of the day, is the Premier of New Brunswick from his office in Fredericton via FaceTime, the Honorable Blaine.
FaceTime. Okay. Who the hell wants to listen to Blaine Higgs? Try to interview him, but I can't. I just got some a note. Why not get the Minister of Public Safety? I mean, he's more important than Blaine Higgs. Maybe he could, really, seriously, I don't know anything about this. This Emergency Measure Act, cops could grab you and arrest you and ask you for your ID. I don't know. Let Carl Urquhart to educate me on what's going on here. Okay, hold it. I'm tired. And I am tired. That's going to help. Because when I'm tired, my ADHD brain don't fly as much. Okay, here we go. Better take my prescription. I want to take a seizure.
Good day, sir.
Minister, how you doing?
Good, my friend.
What time is it?
It is 6:38.
And your boss is talking to Steve Murphy on the phone as we speak.
Very good. Very good.
So why would I want to listen to your boss that when I can listen to you?
Exactly.
Exactly. So we're going to start these damn rumors. Personally, what's that? You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
I definitely don't know what's going on. First time that I don't know what's going on. So you, sir, let me put it up. Educate me. Is this a Measure Act? Are people going to be grabbed off the street? And what's going on?
Right now, we have a state of emergency declared in the province of New Brunswick. Under that state of emergency order, I have put peace officers around the border to check people as a result of that. At the present time, they have been given that authority by me in the order. But there is nothing in the order, and you can't come back and say, where in that order do the peace officers have that authority? Right now, they both have it under the Motor Vehicle Act, and it's simply the fact that I have stated it. They are asking if somebody runs me down, or if I get assaulted, or if I get hit by a vehicle up there, what protection do I have? And they say they have a concern. I said, very good. We talked to a number of people, that's illegal. At the present time, it's an open-ended thing. I want to be able to say to the people in New Brunswick that they have this authority under the Emergency Measures Act to, when they are put on the border, but it will be reviewed every 30 days. That way, there's nothing that says it has to be. I feel when you take civil liberties away from people, you've got to put restrictions on it that will allow the public and people like yourself to say, I felt it's too much, I want it reviewed. At that time, it'll go back before cabinet and the committee to determine whether it is or it isn't.
Now, did you just read this off a piece of paper? There's a big difference between camera in your face and on the phone.
I am sitting in my easy chair at home with my cat, and that is where I am. That is where I am getting it.
When the cop stops you now, can he ask everybody in the car for ID?
If he can do his checks, and if he has that authority to check everybody in that vehicle.
He could do that. He could do that the last 5 years.
He could have done that as long as I was a policeman, and
Yeah.
and it's always been so. That's
So-
when the state of an emergency is not in place. This is only for the state of emergency.
Okay, so again, in plain English, so us people with ADHD can understand.
Yes.
What is, I got the dog in, you got a cat, I got a dog in the bedroom. He's sleeping. Anyway, again, why are people all pissed off and scared about this?
They aren't as pissed off and scared as they're concerned, and I'm glad they are, because this anything when you put in a state of emergency, your rights and your for movement and civil rights are restricted during that time, and every order that I make, that every time that we come out with a situation to cover this, should be questioned. They should.
Okay, so what? What's going to change? This goes into law. What's going to change? The police start going to ask everybody on the street for ID, or what's going on?
No, every single thing that is going on now will continue to go on as long as they have been given that authority. If this is going to be met again with the four parties and the leaders, if they do not want that in there, it will be removed. But I wanted the people to know that having it in there, it will be reviewed on a regular schedule, and at a time that, and I felt they should have that right to have it questioned.
What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it that's different now? That will be different from now?
Right now, first of all, as far as what they're going to do, there is nothing. But what it does do is tell the person that has to stand out in front of a vehicle coming at him that under section whatever of it, I am protected. Under now, with all our legal advice, I made the order. He has that authority to do it. But they have asked, where does it say that?
Hold it. When you said peace officer, what do you mean by peace officer? A cop, right?
A cop, a peace officer, is anybody, a forest ranger.
Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, so these so-called cops that's at the border don't have the power to ask you for ID. Is that what this is all about?
No. And these are not cops, they are peace officers at the border that are ordered under the Emergency Measures Act to do this, to ask for identification, to check to see who people and the people are coming through there. They have, and some public have asked, where in the section do they have that authority? Well, the authority right now is through me, through my order. But I want to.
You still there? Did we lose you? Oh my God, we're going so good. I think I got a problem.
And you hung up on me.
No, did you hang up on me or did I?
Well, I don't know.
I think I got a problem with my phone.
Red bars on my phone.
We were doing so good. Anyway, the bottom line here is it because the people at the border didn't have no power before, and you giving them more power. Is this what this is all about?
No, there's no more. There's not 1 ounce of any more power coming out of this. There's not one change of any power. Yeah, why don't we just leave it the same? I will leave it the same. I have no problem with that. But I truly believe when civil rights are restricted, there should be a time frame of how often it's reviewed and so on, which right now we have put it in the whole order for every 14 days. But I felt this will go into it that any time now or any emergency order in the future that will have to be reviewed by the people every 30 days. That doesn't have to be in there, but it's something that I felt should be in there. And at the same time, if you are working the border, you can go to the order and say, yeah, because they'll ask, well, you'll stop. What authority do you have to stop me? As a peace officer on emergency measures, they would like to say, under Section 3, whatever, I have that authority. It's wrote down or it's not wrote down, makes no difference.
Am I getting old or senile, or am I tired, or I still don't get it?
Well, no. Yes, you are. And it's one of those scenarios that why fix it if it isn't broke? It's not broke to a point that they have the authority, but there are people going to question. Okay, prove to me you've got the authority. Then you got to go back into legislation. You got to go into the Emergency Measures Act. Yeah, they want it in there. They just feel more comfortable if it's in there.
Who wants it in there?
The people working the border, and a lot of people that want to say, give me the second. Give me. I don't know how many times.
Okay.
But it's not required. But I felt that it would. Everything I do, isn't in there to some more problems.
Okay. And we'll cover the ass of the peace officer, except saying this is the coronavirus, blah, blah, blah. Then they could turn around. It's under the Act, Section 108, Section 2. Is in the Act. It was passed. It's temporary. It's 30 days. There's the Act. Here's the piece of paper. Shove it up your arse. Here it is. And in 30 days, you could review it if the coronavirus is still on. It's not permanently.
It's not only this. This is what I want to make clear. It's not only for this emergency. In the emergency when you and I are gone, there is a major earthquake or something, and we have to put in a state of emergency. There's a major fire and whatever. All of a sudden, you have people say, yeah, I will do it. But right now, who gives me that authority? Now, Betty, one moment. We had a great big red fox here in the dooryard.
That's all right.
Okay.
Take a picture, send it to me.
Yeah, and I feel that now, in this situation and a future situation, instead of having to explain it every time of what authority do I have, well,
I got it. What about that young girl that was shot dead by the Edmonton police? Can you give me an update on that?
That's being completely investigated by the Quebec investigation team, and they are in contact with the family, and they will be making their determination of how their findings as soon as possible.
What's wrong? Us New Brunswickers, we're not stupid enough to do it, smart enough to do our own investigation. We need Moody Québécois to do this.
Oh, we have linguistic issues, and we have this. They have.
Stop stuttering. Answer the question. Can we get?
They have the best of the best, and right now we don't have one.
We don't have the best of the best. We can't find like what they have in Nova Scotia, where they're pretty busy in Nova Scotia right now. I wonder why. Don't answer that. But then we always go to Nova Scotia. Michel Vionneau, we had to go to Nova Scotia.
Yep.
How come we can't have our own here? What's wrong with us New Brunswickers?
But now I've got about 4 things figured out for you since I've been in here, and that's going to be the 5th thing. But I'm not sure if you want people that know all the police officers in the province there doing the investigation, or do you want a team that involves PEI, Nova Scotia, and New Brunswick that have that will get experience and will get training here in the Maritimes that will better to cover the whole the whole Maritime.
You're 100%.
That's where I'm at with that one.
You're 100% right, because cops know each other. I wouldn't be happy.
Okay, buddy.
Thank you very much.
Anytime.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Okay, so that's it. With my phone, I gotta fix it. So that's it. We'll listen to Blaine Higgs later. Wow, 18 minutes. And now I understand what's going on, I think. They just have to, the Emergency Act comes out or something happens. A peace officer, somebody says, what gives you the right? You're not a cop or whatever. Here's the section of the criminal legislation that passed, blah, blah, blah. What's wrong with that? Why is everybody panicking? You tell me.